Hey guys, first of all, quick apology for the uninteresting scenery. Just a couple of things to tell you and a couple of things to show you. And in the interests of safety, it was better to show you while not driving a car. So this is the best we could do for scenery. So if you want to watch that. So a couple of things. One is we're going to give somebody a box of snacks from Japan, and the other one is to talk to you about SIM cards. SIM cards for people visiting Japan or staying in Japan. So we'll do the candy first because that's really easy and quick. Our friends at Freedom Japanese Market, every month they send one of you guys a box of snacks. So if you go to the English Friendly Japan Facebook page and leave a comment, you'll find a post there about Freedom Japanese Market. If you leave a comment underneath that and say me please or pick me or something like that, we will randomly pick someone out of that list and give their name and address to Freedom Japanese Market, and they will send that person a box of yummy snacks. So Facebook is really the only option we have for the giveaways at the moment, because YouTube are still blocking us from blocking you guys from commenting on our videos, so we can't do the giveaway on YouTube, and we're not allowed to do giveaways on Patreon, random giveaways on Patreon, because it breaks some law in some states of the USA. So we're not allowed to give random giveaways. We're allowed to send rewards to people who support us on Patreon, but we're not allowed to do random giveaways, apparently, because of the law. So there's that. So the only real option we have is Facebook. Also, it's that connection that between those companies that give us the stuff or give you the stuff, is the English Friendly Japan directory. So if you go to English Friendly Japan page on Facebook, find the Freedom Japanese Market post and just leave a comment underneath that, and someone will be randomly picked and be sent some stuff. If you want to see what Freedom Japanese Market do and see their boxes of snacks and the different options, you can buy just one box, or you can subscribe and they'll send you a box every month. Just click on that post and it will take you to their page and to their site, and you can see what's going on there. So that's that. So again, thank you to the guys at Freedom Japanese Market. Every month they send you guys a box of something, which is really good. Just touched on the YouTube comment thing again. This month, September, we will be applying for a YouTube partner manager. It's the only time of the year, 2 months a year they allow you to apply. So we'll apply in September because that's when they say the next round of applications are. And we're hoping if we can get a partner manager that they might help solve this commenting problem. So some of you might remember last time we talked about this, there'd actually been 5 or 6 videos where the comments had been enabled, and some people got excited. We didn't, because we know what these guys are like, so we didn't get excited at all. And then sure enough, they all disappeared again. So there's that. So next thing is we lost our Wi-Fi company that we recommended for people who came to Japan wanting pocket Wi-Fi, and those guys were really, really good, but it seems that market has become very competitive, and also there's a lot of free Wi-Fi around Japan now, and so those guys stopped operating last month, which was really, really disappointing, because we know that lots of people have been really happy to use those guys, and they were really good, gave really good service and had really good equipment, so it was pretty disappointing. So we've done a bit of shopping around and talking to different companies since then, trying to find some replacements. We're still working on the portable Wi-Fi thing, but what we stumbled on through recommendation, we asked on Facebook who was good, and one of the other businesses that we do business with said Mobile, M-O-B-A-L. Mobile was really good, that they've used them lots of times, and we had heard about them before from you guys. So we sent them an email and asked them, and they said, they told us lots of information and then said, we'll send you some stuff. So they did. They sent an envelope, and in the envelope is, the first one is the rugby's coming to Japan, the World Rugby. Some rugby fans will know this already, but the World Rugby's coming. And so they've sent us these drinking passports, right? Drinking passport, Japan 2019. And they're basically it's a whole book of bars in Japan where you can get like a pub that actually will be playing the rugby on big screens. So they're pretty clever. They spent a bit of time doing it. But real pubs, because as they mention in the book, if you see the word pub in Japan, quite often it's like a gentleman's club, you know, where they pay money for girls to talk to them and tell them how cool they are. So genuine pubs are a bit hard to find, so these guys found a whole book full of them. So they sent us some of these books. We'll just throw them in when we send in people other things. We'll send them one of these just as a matter of interest, because the info after World Cup is still going to be interesting, because it's basically a list of bars. A bunch of bars that have good beer and sports on big screens. That's always going to be of interest, isn't it? Even after the World Cup. So they've sent us a bunch of those. We'll keep them and send them to you guys when we send you some other stuff sometime. They also sent us vouchers for a free drink at Hub, which is again is another type of pub. 5 of those. That was pretty generous. But the probably the most interesting thing for you guys is their Wi-Fi options. So they have, if you go to their website, they have short-term options and long-term options. So people that are coming here for 6 months or a year or 2 years or something, they have options for people to get SIM cards from them and monthly plans where they can have just data if you're only going to use it for the internet, or data and messaging and voice if you're going to use it as a phone as well. So both those options, and then different periods of time options as well. So pretty competitive, pretty good. And the short-term options, they've got lots of different options. It's pretty clever. They've got very short options just for a few days, and they've got options for a couple of weeks, and options for a month, and then options for just data or data plus voice and message. So it's pretty good, because that means you don't have to pay for stuff you're not going to use. If you're not going to use it for voice and for messaging, and you're only going to use the internet features, then you don't have to pay for that extra stuff you're not going to use. So that's pretty clever. If you're going to use all of it, then you get one of the packages that has all of it. So it seems to be good. It seems to give lots of different options. The gear they use, the 4G Lite and the other options that they've got are all standard good quality that we all use in Japan anyway, so we know it works. So they've sent us this 8-day SIM. So this is a classic example of what they do. So it's an unlimited data SIM. So basically you don't have to do anything. They send it to you, you put it in your phone, and then you don't have to activate it, you just set it, and from when you set it, it'll work for 8 days, unlimited, as much data as you want to do for 8 days, and then after 8 days it stops working. Take the SIM out and throw it away. Responsibly, they say. So how simple is that? So they deliver it to airports, or they deliver it to where you're staying. So you just tell them when you arrive, when you're arriving in Japan, where you're going to be, what date and where, and they just send it to you. And you get it, and off you go. Put it in your phone. So it does seem to be one of the best options we've seen. It's simple, uncomplicated, good quality services that they're operating, and competitively priced. The most important thing we always find is the communication thing. A lot of the Japanese companies are really frustrating to deal with, because they're just not good at communicating with customers. They have all these systems in place, and if you want to try and actually talk to them, it's really hard to get them to talk to you, and quite often they won't. We contacted lots of companies to talk to them about it. We wanted to know about SIMs, we wanted to know about Wi-Fi. And most of the Japanese companies, if you're just not filling out some box somewhere and getting a standard reply, they don't know what to do, and quite often they won't answer at all. These guys answered. A native English speaker, a native Guinness drinker, evidently, contacted us, and really down to earth Irish guy, and gave us the answers to the questions that we had. Yeah, no problem, we'll send you this out, check this out. So yeah, we're happy to recommend them. So there'll be a link underneath this video in the description. You can also find them on the English Friendly directory under phone companies. So we'll give these guys a good go and see how we go. We've got this 8-day SIM that we don't need. So there will be a post on our English Friendly Facebook page about these guys. It'll be about mobile, M-O-B-A-L. SIMs. And if you leave a comment underneath there, if you're coming to Japan in the next few months, it's not going to be any good to you if you're not. So if you are definitely going to be coming to Japan in the next few months, or you're already here, let us know, and we'll pick someone out of the. Just leave a comment, and we'll randomly pick someone out of those comments and send this to them, so they can test it out for us. We don't really need to test it. It was really kind of them to send it, and we're really happy to be able to give it to one of you guys. But we don't need to test it because it's the same services that we use already. So, you know, you've got SoftBank and Docomo are really the biggest most reliable companies in Japan. So, you know, we already use them, so we know what they can do and what they can't do. And what they can do is really good. It's pretty impressive. You know, nobody comes to Japan and uses the phone systems here or the internet systems here and is disappointed. They're really good. They're really cutting edge. They're really fast, reliable. No problems at all. So we already know about that. That's not an issue. It's the people that we buy this stuff from and pay to provide these things to us that is the important part, because if they're not good, if they don't do good service, it's no good to us. So these guys seem to be very good. Anyway, there it was. Sorry about that. Went on a bit longer than it should have. It's late at night. It's late at night. Lots to do. There it was. More videos coming soon.